Hello, everybody. Graveless here, coming back to next step of my series, which is going to be the start of the China early game now. I took a little thinking to try and decide which of my various game starts would be most interesting to continue from, and with consulting with both some people from chat and also some friends of mine who've been watching this, I figure China would be the best one because it's in many ways the most interesting to go into next. So, let's refamiliarize ourselves with where we are right now in this China start. Our tech tree... looks like I lost some things at some point. Happens. I was trying to... Okay. Yes. Space tugs. Fission pop. Okay, yeah, so we are done with the moon going to Mars. If we look at our tech tree overall, if you watched my early game tech video, there are a few things we're going to be trying to move towards relatively early. The big thing, because we're on normal right now, and that means we have a large amount of time before we have to think about combat, is we're going to be going up towards quantum computing and to get our council up and also gain access to our better research buildings alongside industrialization of space. Because what we're going to be doing is doing space infrastructure, orbitals and settlement halves first in one tree and quantum computing in the other tree is going to be our overall goal for what we are doing next technologically. Now, let's talk Mars. Mars, I normally like taking between 6 and 8 slots. That means once our probe actually gets to Mars, we want to have 16 to 20 mission control ready to go. Given that we're on the China start, that is going to have to be built in China. But what we're going to be doing first on China, before we do anything in mission control, is to get started on building environment. This is because, similar to real-life climate change, it's better to build it early than to build it late. And also, there are fewer bonuses to environment as the game goes on, relative to some of our other priorities. So, let's take a look at our council, because we're going to actually have to figure out who's sticking around and who's leaving. So, Nina has 2 good traits and a few traits. She's probably going to stick around for a bit, but we're going to be looking for a replacement. Kaylee's fantastic. Striver Technocrat's great. Her only problem is she can't get either government or criminal. What's she going to do? Oh. That is an environment org. We might just buy that. Alexander, also fantastic. Astronomer, quick learner. He has National Hero, which is unfortunate, but still. The combo of Astronomer and quick learner are great. Veteran's useful. It gives us a little bit of a research bonus. Sade is not good. We're going to want to replace her sooner than later, both because of her age and because she has nothing useful. Oh, right. We got her in order to buy that. So we're going to replace her with another criminal. And Nahari is a striver who's an attorney. He's likely going to go towards criminal and inherit this organization and be overall our espionage guy. Now, we're going to have to get a true investigation person, too. Let me just quickly check to make sure there's no one standing here. Ooh. 51. Politician. Striver. Government. Lobbyist, which doesn't matter. Demanding is nice. Untouchable's nice. Indulgence, meh. Okay. He's pretty good. Is he good enough to immediately grab? We also have a striver military. He's 60. 51. In the 40s, we're going to be worried about him dying. He's not good enough to drop one of our existing counselors for. And so I'm going to spend this on getting an org bonus to the priority we're focusing on right now. I don't think we're going to be able to get a huge number of org priority bonuses, but we'll take what we can get. We're going to be going up information science. I think I'd rather save the influence than buy that one. Okay. So continuing on with China, China's going to be building up our environment and giving us a little bit of spoils income so that we can continue buying things. All right. Have we pissed anyone off? Let's just double check what our relations are. We have intel sharing with humanity first. Okay. The Protectorate is at war with us, as are the servants. That means we really don't want to let poor Security 3 Nina wander around just willy-nilly. The other thing that we're going to want to get relatively soon is we're going to want to start grabbing Taiwan. The reason for this is because Taiwan is crucial for actually making things work in the China strategy. And we just sort of want to lock it in and make sure no one else is able to get in there. Because the Academy could just grab a point there, and we'd really rather they not. Alright, Academy picks mission to the asteroids. I'm totally cool with that. I'm also going to claim that slot over the carbon nanotube slot. With China, and with tech in general, it's pretty important to have control of 2 of the global techs. Right now I'm actually doing a run in the Discord, which it's a little spicy. It's a Academy Brutal one that's Africa and Caliphate countries only. The biggest problem with this, may surprise you, may not, it's that I don't control the tech tree. And the bigger problem is the servants in the Protectorate control the tech tree, and they pick the most useless garbage for every technology they can. It's just bad. Alright. So we're gonna get Taiwan started up on their space program, and let's see, we don't need Mongolia anymore. Let's just set them to stable and let them run that for a bit. Do we still need Kazakhstan? We still need Kazakhstan 2.5 boost, 3 MC. We don't need Kyrgyzstan. Okay. Kyrgyzstan, yeah. Oh, right. Russia, we're just setting to environment so they don't burn the world down. Really, Alex? This is just long-term. We're not keeping Russia. Russia sure is a nation that exists in terms of its long-term potential. Yeah, no changes here yet. All right, Nina, continue gathering information about the A's. Kaylee, do we have anything useful to steal? No. All right, so one of the big benefits of China being huge is we can just sit here running advise, and yeah, we just sit here running advise. At least with Kaylee, who has a huge amount of admin and a good amount of science. That will just generally boost up what we have. The other thing we're going to do, we're going to take this. We're probably not going to grab the exec for Taiwan for a little bit. Oh, last thing we're going to do is a little cheeky thing for building MC. Set national policy China. I almost forgot to do this. I'm glad I didn't forget to do this. Actually, we're gonna do this twice. So you remember from my EU start how certain things are more beneficial to build in small nations than large nations? We're going to take advantage of that for 2 of these colony territories that China has. This will both strengthen those territories and give us a little bit of efficiency with what we're doing, and our moon mines. Oh god. Okay, I might save scum this depending on what happens. This is one of these terrible events. It's the problem with criminal and government is sometimes you get these events that actually really just mess you up. It's pure RNG, and do we lose our counselor for 4 weeks? Yes, we do. God damn it. God damn it. So now she's stuck there for several months. We're going to... Nope, we're going to release East Turkestan. Which is over here and is just going to build mission control for us.
Mission aborted.
Yeah. No. I'm going to play through it. Just just know that, honestly, I recommend save scumming that. That event is hot fucking trash. It's absolutely terrible, and now I need to go see if I can immediately hire someone to replace her, rather than let her be useless for 2 months. While we're otherwise trying to get a lot of stuff done. My god, I hate fucking events. I really don't blame the people who just hard say no to playing with events because of how bad a huge fraction of these events are. Alright, let's see here. Nope. We are going to retain those orgs because they're good orgs. We are going to get you, even though I don't really wanna, but... my hand has been forced by the power of RNG. Oh, we got a nice thing, though. As bad as I am, we got a nice thing, and this is more than worth it. That will overcap her. Let's put that on our scientist, who is also going to be running Advise. Great org. Buy it when you see it. Let's see here. Again, we're going to need information science going forward. Space mining 4%. We are not taking this because we need our boost income right now. Nor often I would. We'll grab this space mining 2%, though. And call that good. Kaylee. This is only really worth it for the mission control bonus. We're going to eventually be building mission control, and in the meantime, this will give me some more things that I want. Alexander. Do we want you to go up to astronomer yet? No, I think I'm going to continue having him go up command. And now we have our new politician, who... I guess I'm going to build up his investigation right now, in the event that we don't find anyone better. And as soon as we can, I wish I had not spent that, he's going to become criminal and hopefully not suffer the same fate as his predecessor. Yay! Let's advise China.
Standing by for orders. Initiating deep cover.
Oh wait, she got found again.
Reporting in.
Standing by for orders.
Alexander, go to Munich.
Ready. Headed there now. Where to?
So, with where that is, I'm just going to throw a few public campaigns at Taiwan and let it just kind of chill for a little while.
On my way to the capital.
Going silent.
Like, there are ways to make this a little bit more efficient by doing Federation and Unfederation shenanigans. I don't really want to do that right now. Okay. Let's see here. What do we want to research? We want to research rival markets. That is sufficiently important that we're going to do this. Yes. We're going to be careful about losing access to things. And similar to the EU start where you build MC in small nations, we now have East Turkestan, a small nation that will eventually rejoin China.
When faced with a large...
Alright, they picked Deep System Skywatch. That's going to screw the Academy over. I am capable of sniping it, and so I will... Can I? Grant independence. Tibet. We're going to do the same thing with Tibet. Push us real high on our MC cat. Oh, they've already finished that. Well, they are instead going to do funding. Yep, I should have checked that. It used to be this also would be very beneficial because this would remove the colony designation from these two. And that helps you out a lot in terms of speed. Yeah, and the servants are taking Russia. GG, we don't care about Russia long term. Like, would it have been nice if I could have gone through Russia, like gone into Russia and gotten rid of its nukes and gotten rid of its armies so that the AI takes them and gets nothing for it? It absolutely would. I would have loved it if I could have pulled that off, but I couldn't. And so here we are. Yeah. And let's continue boosting that. And you do not have the ability to investigate yet. Excellent. I will defend East Turkestan because I want to make sure that I don't just randomly get cooed out of it. Or, well, cracked down out of it. Oh. Also, something wonderful. Settings. Notifications. Go away, Judith. You can go down here, and all these uncontested missions that interrupt your game, you turn them off. And now we can ignore them. Yeah, we're just going to do some early... We're just doing early game things right now. Alright, we got our moon base. Why is our moon base not on? Because it wanted to power this rather than the moon base. Good job, moon base. Let that stack up a bit. Let's see, we get 5 more MC. Let's just slowly work on getting all of our labs.
Recon complete.
Yep. Yep. It's gonna happen. What you gonna do? Nothing. Yep. Servants taking Russia. That's actually probably an alien. Alright, now we can see what the aliens are doing all over the system. I believe we saw this in the US run. They have stations everywhere. So, we are going to start up our path in this tree. I think we are going to go... This is where we're going to start our path on quantum computing, because it's a lot longer. Advanced atomic manipulation and advanced neural networks, which all requires photonic computing in both cases. So we're going to pick photonic computing next. We're going to keep control of that slot. We also got another one of our plot techs, which we're going to go for actually pretty soon. Let's see, 16th of... Oh, wow, the game is just loving me right now. Hell yeah. That's energy research. We don't really need that right now. Ooh, that's another bonus to environment. We will take that because that's one of our major focuses, given what we're currently doing. Oh, wait. I can give you this. I will also check to see if there's anyone who is actually good who I want to replace him with. Innovative project... No. Yeah, Stripe... Right, he's the 60-year-old. No. Okay. Alright. And I spent all my things. Well, we're just going to send you off to Brussels.
Ready.
Can I steal a thing? Is there anything worth stealing? 4% welfare, 2% welfare, unity. That's worth stealing. Yep, that's worth stealing.
Enemy orgs.
Always bully the servants if you can bully the servants. Might as well continue grinding and alright, yeah, let's continue grinding by raising
I'll speak with them.
these.
I'm here.
Ready to go.
I'm slightly nervous about the servants knowing where I
Going
am.
silent.
Ready for orders.
Where to?
Ready for orders.
If those of you who watched my previous videos remember the random assassination that happened, that's the reason why I'm like, am I really going to let them be vulnerable to the servants randomly assassinating? And the answer is no.
Awaiting pursuit.
Going silent.
And just look at that environment go up in China. Oh, well, we lost it. Oh well. Like, it's just... This is what happens when China focuses on something, is number go up. Number just goes up. And yet another terrible early game event that we have enough boost income we don't care about that much, but still... Events are there for RNG. It's kind of just annoying that more of them are bad than good. Yeah, the servants are going to get Russia. There's basically definitely an alien in there wandering around handing them things, and that's probably going to hand them Kazakhstan soon enough also. 1st of April, no one knew.
Your orders?
Nina, continue advising.
Reporting in.
Haley. Could make... can we make peace with the initiative?
Acknowledged.
Might be worth talking to them.
will tell our story. Acknowledged. I will ensure their loyalty.
Acknowledged.
Exodus we should be able to make peace with. Let's talk to Exodus. So one thing to be careful of is don't do intelligence sharing with two people because, yeah, we can make peace with Exodus, which will actually be very nice.
Good luck,
Do
Sid.
they have anything we want to buy?
Just know that we have other plans.
Maybe. Not anymore. Maybe. Alright, can we trade them any projects? No. Yeah, don't try and make actual peace with more than one faction, because if you do that, they will find out about each other and then be mad at you. There are analogies here that I could make, but let's not. I think everyone watching can understand that. And of them, Humanity First is one of the clear best to make friends with because they'll do your murder for you. Like, Humanity First will just kill people for you and not bat an eye about it, and it's kind of fantastic. Oh, no. Yeah, a little more from my end of the situation, you say. Those are a bunch of good things. About $100. 2 boost. 2 metal. $100. $300. 350. A. I mean, worst comes to worst, I buy that for him. I might as well. Let's just stack orgs up on the new guy for now. Alright, Taiwan has their spaceflight program, and now they can just fill themselves up with mission control. Eventually we're going to be maxing out government, and then just sort of doing things. And here's the Academy getting screwed.
People will come to our side.
Let's actually look across the pond. If we're really lucky, Humanity First is going to be able to get the United States. I don't think we're going to be that lucky, but we might be. We're now going to start on our plot, just because getting through our plot early is massively beneficial. We don't need to do Xenology Lab at the same time. Let's do Energy Lab. Do I have it? Yeah, locked in. We're going to continue going up in that regard. All right, quantum computing, done. Augmented neural networks. Yeah, let's do this one next. Mission to the Asteroids is one that, like, it's a little premature compared to where I'd really want it to happen. Oh. Well, don't mind if I do. That's a big boy. Oh, I do not have the resources to buy that big boy. Information science is more important right now, given what we're going up. Though we might buy the social science anyway. Or another information science that also grants some mission control. And spent all my money. Let's buy a project. This is the way of things. If you saw any of the other ones, you spend money, you get resources, you make more money. It's just how you do. Nope. Nothing special. Stop getting found. Stop getting found.
Going off the grid.
You're too vulnerable to keep getting found like this. Are we at peace with the Academy yet? We're not at peace with them. Well, if we're not at peace with them.
Targeting their assets.
Ready for my mission.
As stated, like, this is a game where you only have friends for so long. We're going to be able to keep humanity first as a friend for quite some time, but eventually we're going to become so powerful that they just cannot stand idly by while we command such a large fraction of Earth's resources. And one thing we could do... no, they defended. I was going to say, we could try and purge the servants out of here, but no.
Mission aborted.
Yeah, unfortunately, that happens a lot now. If you don't have intel on someone, it's really hard to actually... Oh. Well, that's rude. Like, luckily for us, that doesn't matter all that much. Alright, so this one we're going to be sending up towards orbitals and settlement halves, which means we need to add Astra next. No. You are not winning anything, Protectorate. You make the worst choices. Like, I think that's actually true. That I believe the Protectorate actually does have far and away the worst picks for useful technology for from the perspective of literally anyone else. How did you do that? We're not letting you do that. Oh, right, I had a point in Pakistan. I had completely forgotten about that. Oh, that's what I get for not playing this save for a month. Let's see here. Anyone new? No.
Where do you need me?
Alright, Nina, where I need you is advising China. Basically, all that you're going to be doing is advising China for the majority of this game. In the meantime, though, let's see if we can't find the servants or the Protectorate. Because if we can find them, then we can turn one of them, steal all their orgs, and let humanity first engage in the mass stabbing spree that they love to engage in.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
And, we're gonna have to give Taiwan independence sometime soon. Alright. Alien movements, defend the Earth. Great! That is one of the first things we're gonna do. Defend the Earth is great. Plus 40 control cap. And gets us a great org that is, functionally another plus 10 or 15 control cap. I don't remember the exact value. So if you're not the Academy, you want to get your plot mission out of the way as soon as you possibly can, because you get your faction org and you get plus 40. The Academy has to do 25,000 for this, and generally you're better off ignoring that until you absolutely have to.
We found something.
Alright. Arrival international relations, done. Let's go double check the tech tree. We're going to eventually want to go into that, but quantum computing, we need to get advanced atomic manipulation going. Which I think we can, yes. We're now going to go into that. We're going to make sure we maintain the initiative. We're going to maintain control. And the aliens are doing things. Initiative, I don't know why you decided that needed to be... Do I have no one who can purge? Or is it only that man? Alright, let's see here. Criminal, meh. But otherwise, meh. Veteran Martyr, Commando... Let me think here. He has Criminal, which is useful. He starts out with Corrupt, which is great on Criminal. Demanding's useful. Okay. It's 41. I think. He is going to be able to get Criminal soon. I don't think that that guy is sufficiently better that we're going to replace Mr. Demba yet. Let's do this first. Grab that just because. Grab that just because. We do want to run a fair bit of spoils in China right now. The spoils fountain is turning on because Well, the Spoils Fountain is turning on because we saw a bunch of admin orgs, and
Where do you need
is it going to hurt our going up sustainability? Yes. Is it going to be worth it? Also, yes.
Getting alien side. Ready for my mission.
Alright, and we found a servant. Let's see. What's your crackdown chance? Yeah, we're just going to do that.
Reporting in.
Oh, no. We're going to do that, and we're going to have him investigate the servant.
Surveilling target.
Cool. We are not running Africa. I had to build that up in my other more recent run.
Indeed my expertise.
God, it's a pain. It's such a pain.
I have new information.
Alien stations continue to be built. 23rd of May, 1.7. We're going to make sure we get at least one of those admin orgs.
Here's what we found.
We are in control here.
Yep, we have to bet back. Probably just defend interests, in all honesty. Alright, can we buy one right now? We can buy one right now, but also... Boop. Boop. Worth. Nothing else here is worth. That did cost me some money, but I got more out of it. Alright, the servants do know who he is, and the guy we found, he cannot turn yet, so we're going to go to ground.
Going into hiding.
Ready.
We need to run spoils a little bit more. Well, hey, I mean, he might be very stabbable. Humanity first. There's a very stabbable man that you can see.
Offering assistance.
Your orders? Evading pursuit.
Standing
Yeah,
by
I
for orders.
think
Take
it's time
control.
to finish gaining control of Taiwan. Where did that guy go? I want to see if Humanity First is immediately trying to stab him. Okay, so he went to Osmandian Russia. Went somewhere up here. Okay, no, they're stealing his project instead. That's legit. That is completely legit. Humanity First. Good projects, not worth swapping up what we currently have, though.
Cleaning things up.
Actually, Nina, you need to gain more admin so that you can do more science and more advising, because all she's going to do, honestly, is sit in China and advise it. She does not need to do literally anything else. Nope. Nope. I want to get Defend the Earth done as soon as I can. And let's see if we can get that second one. There are ways to fix Russia. Like, actually fix it and make it useful. There are ways to fix everything. Like,
Our supporters are in place.
as stated, the other game that I'm, like, isn't recording, it's being run through entirely just posting things. It's an Africa-only challenge. And right now, we actually are going to move over to primarily doing mission control in preparation for Mars. This gets cracked down again. I'm going to riot. Oh, the IMF. Okay. Oh, boy. Can I get the IMF? Answer, probably not. The IMF is fantastic. It is also the most expensive thing, and I'm seeing if we have anyone better. Actually, let's start up here. Scientist, social scientist, famous. No. 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 Nope. Nope. Should probably download that mod that actually gives you some more direct things. Like,
Ready for orders.
the IMF, I'm not going to overspend my influence, because if I can buy the IMF, that will be very nice. I'm not expecting to be able to buy the IMF is the thing. But things do decay. I still have eyes on him. That's not terrible to steal. That's the one I actually want to steal, though, right? Probably? Yeah, that's the one I actually want to steal.
Targeting enemy orgs.
Standing by.
Let's see, Alexander.
Initiating deep cover.
Do you have defend interests? You...
At your service.
I will just purge that back instead. Oh, no one's grabbed India.
Ready for orders. Making our case.
Your orders?
Let's see. Let us see if we are capable of grabbing India and running it abandoned. Well, Humanity First might be grabbing it.
Asset acquired.
We have stolen the thing. And by running it abandoned, I mean we're just going to be running environment. Like, literally just environment, because right now, for this game, what we're trying to do is get ourselves into a position where climate change does not kill us in the late game, because we're expecting to get to the very late game just by virtue of where things are, where the chips will fall. All right. I should have swapped over from environment to MC earlier. That's on me. We can get the other one. It will cost me 38. This is well worth it. Who is getting it? Yeah. Just costs some money and helps us out. Oh, right. You do have Striver. Let's boost your investigation again. Wait, no, we don't want that on you. We want science things on you. You have Quick Learner. Let us boost... Actually, he has Inspire. I'm going to give him a Persuasion. And, like, I do think running things completely abandoned is a little bit of a, like...
We must persuade the people.
It's one of those things where I don't think it ought to really be as easy and as good as it is, but so long as it continues to be as easy and as good as it is, I'm going to do it. Like, this will get nerfed, and it will deserve it. Well, I mean, if it's free.
Targeting their assets.
If it's free, why not? Can you manage that? No.
We'll make our appeal.
Where do you need me?
Where do I need you? Policies. Yeah, we don't want to unify with Taiwan. That is the way, what you do once Taiwan builds mission control, if you are actually planning on just running China as China straight up.
Now serve us.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
But we're not going to do that. We're going to be aiming for something else, which will... yeah, let's do that. Now, we're going to be aiming for something else, which will give us a tremendous amount of research in the mid-game, purely from Earth.
Remains unheard.
Man, we're not getting that. Well, Humanity First has started getting in. I might just leave India to them. Okay. Ari. Alright, these are my two guys who... Alexander is easier to raise than Nahari, so we are going to support Nahari. Or... Nahari? Words are hard. Is the IMF still here? It's still here. We're going to need to build up some more money for this third admin org at some point. This is also a good one. Like, we have a bunch of pretty good orgs to maybe buy at some point. Let's see if we can get the IMF. Like, again, we're halfway there. If it lasts another full month without me spending, I can advise twice and still get it.
Offering support.
Reporting in.
Bailey needs to go to ground.
Going off the grid.
Actually, does Nina need to go to ground? Nina needs to go to ground.
Acknowledged.
Where to?
Too many people know who she is. Alex can run advise.
Offering support.
Hari does not need to go to ground. Let's just boost ourselves there a little bit, maybe.
At your service.
Investigate alien activity. Yeah, it's 40 minutes now.
Going silent.
Do.
Offering counsel.
4 more MC or so, and then we're gonna go back to running environment in China, at least for a bit. That comes off on September. Oh, that's actually very nice. That is a good thing for us. I mean, we can get it back earlier. So that means there's an alien. That still means there's probably an alien running around there. Oh, right, Singapore. 23rd of August. I have that guaranteed. I have that guaranteed. 17th of August. I think I re-abandoned because I would rather have Kazakhstan than Singapore right now.
Initiating deep cover.
Let's check orgs. It's still here. It's still here. We're gonna gain 87. Okay, it needs to survive one more round. It just needs to survive one more round.
I will help.
It's plausible I could have guaranteed if I hadn't advised at all, but advising is really good on China. Especially once I have that much. Yo. Yes, please.
Where do you need me?
Alex, do that.
Off the grid.
Nahari, what's your chance here? Oh. Well,
Making
let's
a-
just let's prep.
Offering counsel.
There we go. We got.
Humanity's
Going
early
silent.
stage.
All right, we have Ad Astra. We are going to go for settlement habs first. This is because, well, orbitals are great for Earth. What I really want is to get my mines both online and better. I can let them do that so that we
We're
get this
winning their
for
hearts and minds.
the 14th. Hey, there we go. Okay, Mars. Let's pause and take a look at Mars. So, let's take a look at Mars here because this is the easier way to do it. So, looking at Mars sites, the most important thing for us to figure out first is which is our first Mars site going to be. It needs to have everything, and it needs to have a good amount of it, and that's why, unless something amazing pops up later, it's going to be Tempe Terra. This is a pretty good Mars. Yeah, this is a pretty good Mars. 6, 10. Yep. All right. So Tempe Terra is going to be our first. So found, manage. This costs 59 of our boost right now. I'm going to save up for this, but I am going to mark that this was our first hab. It gets the first mine. I'm going to grab a few others that are particularly high quality, then we save up and launch the mine. So let's see here. We're going to make sure there's nothing higher than 9.9 fizzles, along with a bunch of other useful things on one. No. All right, so that's going to be enough fissile income for a while. 2. Let's see here. 67. 24. Nope. Actually, never mind. 20 nobles by itself is worth it. It gives other useful things too. Done. 3. Let's take a look at volatiles and water. 67. 3. This is a pretty good. Yeah, this is still a pretty good Mars. 50. This one is also generically just worth it. 576. X. Yeah. Another generically just worth it. Alright, and we have run out of MC. This is why I should have started earlier. C'est la vie. Is what it is. If I had paid more attention to how much time was passing, we would have been better. Aha, defend the Earth. Wonderful, amazing. We are going to get alien movements early on so that we can start looking at our the other things we need, but we're going to push our global techs forward in the meantime. So, that gives us our Special Activities Service. Look at those wonderful stats. Mwah. Perfect. Such a good org. The only problem is it doesn't give us any missions that we don't really already have. So right now, it's probably going on Nahari. Actually, no, it's probably going on Demba, because this will let him do every aspect of his job entirely by himself. Oh, we can buy the IMF. We can buy the IMF. Who's holding the IMF? Alexander will hold the IMF. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, let's buy that. 319. Watch what happens when all those orgs are equipped. Yeah, there's definitely an alien over here, given how fast that's happening. $341. Ah, feels good, man. Feels good. So, we now actually have an interesting question for ourselves. And this interesting question is, where do we go next? I'm buying some things while I discuss this. Yeah, we need the ops. So, we have a couple of choices for where do we take Free Assassinate. And we also have some other good cartels to buy. So, where do we go next? One choice is Europe. I'm actually really liking the look of go and take over Europe here. Our choices are basically either go start building the EU or go take over China's expansions. Given what the EU currently looks like, I'm thinking go take over the EU. Yeah, and just benefit from being in the EU and building up the EU a little late to gain its insane amount of MC. It's going to be a little expensive for us to get in, but it's going to be worth it. Let's see here, though. Let's continue our plot to find a servant and let humanity first stab them.
Ready for orders.
Alex, what's your chance? Yeah, we're going to start public campaigning.
The people. At your service.
He's going to go hide.
Initiating deep cover.
Where to?
Can you just purge? Okay, no. We cannot merely walk in and purge.
Must persuade the people.
It's important to check. Oh, actually, could take Belgium. Let's walk in and purge and just purge Belgium.
Terminating the opposition.
All right, Fixer. Nope. 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 I believe I've seen him before. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. China, you're going to continue building MC for a little bit. We need to get up to that nice 16 figure I was talking about.
Evading pursuit.
Person of interest surveilled.
Let's exit us again.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Actually, before I send the mine. Actually, it might be beneficial to send 2 mines. Can I send 2 mines? Send 2 mines! Great. Now all we have to do is claim sites on Mars. We will claim sites on Mars, and we will start claiming sites in Earth orbit. Now is the point where we're temporarily ignoring sustainability because we need mission control like nobody's business. Okay. Let's go to Tech Tree. Quantum computing is coming from Advanced Atomic next. Great. So that means it's time for industrialization. Vines are en route. I'm going to grab In Situ. This makes it slightly more likely that two of the absolute worst events in the game happen. Eat a dick, eat a dick.
Our people have taken
Well, it will get us Singapore back early. Not that Singapore matters as much since we're going after the EU. Let me redesign my classic EU priority template. 1 point of unity, 3 points of mission control. Since we're taking the EU now, we're going to go for that. And unlike when we were doing the EU as a serious opener, we're just going to kind of take what we can get. Oh, Federation East.
What's the op?
Alright, so let's federate back in. I'm being a little paranoid, but you guys get it, right? You get me. You understand. You know what's up.
I'm getting down.
And Humanity First is getting into India. They will ruin it, but it won't be the servants. And I wish they would have gotten into America. I might... Like, I could take America, but if you don't open with the US, it's not great to take the US. Alright, well, let's see if there's anything else here immediately. Hello. 45, 67, 75, 80. That's a maybe. 57, 67. That's a... Alright, actually, that's a 9.2. That's just worth it. And we do have a mine cap. That is 15 right now. Did I forget to probe Ceres? I think I forgot to probe Ceres. This might be in the ass. I forgot to probe Ceres and 4 Vesta, which are 2 of the asteroids that are almost always good.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
That might actually hurt.
Mission complete.
Alright, so we are going to federate East Turkestan. And now we will eventually refuse it into China. Just run funding. Just run funding until we fuse you in. We're also going to have to actually let Taiwan go at some point soon. But...
We've removed some threats.
Oh, right. We don't even have the ability to do that. Let's do that then. I need to defend interest that. That is going to get purged. A small public opinion boost around the world. There we go. That is more environment. Okay. Okay. Kaylee, boost your admin. You're at 15 of 15 orgs. We're going to unequip this temporarily. Do you have any 2-slot org that's useful? We'll do an org shuffle from someone else on the team. We need a little bit more money. That's a useful one to hand Kaylee. Xander, I would like you to get be slightly more persuasive, sir. Yeah. Worth. And 3%, 2%. We are still going to try and do this. Oh, is she also full? No, I'm out of influence. And we in fact already have enough MC for one more Mars mine. At some point, we're also going to trade off from having our Luna mine. Let's see, we've claimed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sites. This will be our 8th site. That's generically decent. I think I like that one better. 40, 60... let's grab that. Yeah. And so we're now actually sort of scraping the bottom of the barrel of Mars sites, where they're going to become questionably you should take them. Like, it's not a you shouldn't take them, but I actually have to consider, is this worth doing as opposed to claiming some of the other things I want with what boost I have right now. That is actually worth spending a decent chunk of change getting. That's another just very good org. Falls off later in the game, but early game, this is a fantastic org, and we are still in the early game.
Targeting their assets.
Oh, actually, you have been seen by enough people that we're not doing that this turn.
Your orders?
Yeah.
Deep cover. Standing by for orders.
Alright, we're going to continue pushing at France. Alright, crackdown is possible. Crack down the servants. Crackdown is not that possible. What do we take? We could take this point in Singapore back. Let's take this point in Singapore back to actually protect our investment. And Singapore can officially swap over from running mission control primarily to running boost primarily to running mission control primarily.
We have moved the needle.
Alright. So, what we're doing next is going to be claiming as many slots in low Earth orbit as we possibly can. And that, right there, is the reason why we're doing this.
Our associates are now in charge.
Cool. So we're going to do that. We might get purged, but I don't think we're gonna. Meh. Gives a nice event, but meh. $3.1K. Actually, let's check recruiting first. No. 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 This might be an instance where what I should really do is go see if I want to steal someone from Humanity First. Or one of the other AIs. But Humanity First is the easy one, and... not really. I don't recognize any of these names. Okay.
Reporting in. Offering counsel.
Just going to advise for one
Where do
turn.
you need me?
Oh, a minute. Do we still see that? That was a way to check. Let me check gears. We don't see it. Oh, Humanity First does have one that I would like to buy at some point. Mining. The initiative has one of them. MC building. Yeah, let's steal this. Let's steal this to help me build MC faster.
Ready to go.
Alright, Alex, you are going to defend my investment, because I'm here
Securing our
now.
interests. Where do you need me?
Alright, you are going to go and hide again.
Hunkering down.
Reporting in.
What's our chances? Crackdown, baby. 79%, I like them odds. I have corridor diplomacy, which will improve how much we can
Securing our
control.
Initiating deep cover.
Mission is a no-go.
I should really stop just running those, in all honesty, but they're so tempting. Corridor diplomacy done. We're going to do admin node next. Alright, so I said for a reason, we are now going to be claiming slots in low Earth orbit every time we get to MC. We just check to see when our important mines arrive. May 2025. That's a pretty good time for our mines to arrive. Bibbity boopy, bibbity boopy. We have some stuff. It's pretty good and gives her some more science. Someday we will return to the environment priority, and I'm going to prepare for that. Alexander, I would still like for you to continue being able to do that. We have now bought enough shitty orgs
Going off the grid.
Ready.
that I think I'm going
Where
to... oh, actually, I should probably grant Taiwan its independence.
Ready for my mission.
Alright. Can you run the purge here? No, you should not run the purge here. What you should do instead is continue public
I will
campaigning.
tell our story.
And we're going to have to take over the EU the slow way in this circumstance, just because Humanity First has some of it. And we really don't want to break our non-aggression pact with Humanity First. It'd be a little unfortunate, given how valuable that is to maintain. 3.1k.
The people will come to our side.
What's Taiwan doing? Hey, we got another one.
Policy direction complete.
Grant independence, Taiwan. Alright, so Taiwan is now free. This is an important step, none the least of which is because it allows us to fix our relationship with China so that we actually become allies at any point. That's a later me problem. Right now we're still allies with the US, and that is wonderful.
Our enemies are still in control.
Rude. Oh, let's see. Your striver will be beneficial. Let's boost your espionage. Ooh. No. No. Nope. Nuh-uh. No. Also no. Nope. Nyet. No. Okay, cool. No one useful. Let's continue advising China.
At your service.
Yeah. I think I'm going to run a little bit of environment in the background just to keep us from degrading down. Oh wait, he does have Striver. Let us continue boosting your persuasion. I'm going to eventually need that to be in the 20s.
At your service.
Standing by.
Haley. You know,
Eyes on target.
Protectorate, they're like the servants. They're also bad. We do need to kill them also. Defended that. Let's public campaign again, and this time roll better. Roll better.
Offering support.
Alright, settlement habs going to be done. We are now getting orbitals. Over here in the middle, I'm going to actually boost this up because we would like to get into quantum sooner rather than later.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Alright, 96%. You got this, man. I believe in you. You choose to believe. Don't let me down. I will eventually fill those with things. Actually, no. No. We're going to do this right. So, we now have this little station in low Earth orbit. What we're going to do, that costs 5 power. That gives me 15 power. Except in the... Is we're going to take a fission pile, and we're going to build 3 space science labs on it. The reason for this is because space science labs boost how quickly you build mission control. Given what we are currently focusing on, well, I suppose run stable. Yeah, given what we're currently focusing on, we're going to be going for mission control, mission control, mission control, mission control, and mission control for a while. I should also eventually deal with something about the xenoforming. That is likely going to be a later me problem. Humanity First, I don't know why. Whatever. That's another +5. Here we go. And these are now worth buying. Do I not have the money? I don't have the money. I'll buy them next time. Someone's right there.
Initiating deep cover.
I don't know if the servants have randomly gotten a spooky guy who's very good at stabbing.
Initiating surveillance.
I'm here. I'll make sure
Let's
they're
just
on
do
our
that because you
side.
can.
Ready to go.
Alright, let's continue. Let's spend some ops, see if we can't turn a member of the Protectorate. You have enough sec that I'm not that worried. Okay, 27% is not good enough, though. Let's claim our third point. Let's claim our third point over here, just to lock it down. We're going to have to return that to the EU at some point eventually anyway.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the
This is what being in the EU late does.
Surveillance complete.
surveillance complete.
Oh, good. Loyalty score 9. That'll help. And actually, I'm going to do this for the sake of ease on me. So I'm going to save this template. It's not a very good template, but it will let me quickly come in here and do the same thing on these two. And now when they finish, you will get their nice juicy boost to mission control production. We're not going to be doing that, like keeping them like that long term. But for the short term, it's going to be fantastic.
Our associates are now in charge.
All right. Our sources are now in charge. Let's just do that. Build us some funding, because it's going to take a little bit to get France. France and Germany. Man, I'm going to figure out where to go. All right. Mining orgs. Pure mining org worth 4% mining. Yes, please. 3% I'm not going to do. I think we can do better. Oh. Nope. You have a word cloud of mostly things I don't care about. So right now, we're basically looking for XP traits. Honestly, we're looking for experience traits, and... Oh, that's why she's getting found all the time. Honestly, that's worth getting rid of. We're looking for XP traits and science traits right now. If someone doesn't have either Quick Learner or Striver
Council.
for XP
Standing by
traits,
for orders.
or if they don't have a science trait, I really don't care about them.
Reporting in.
Your orders.
Sec 6. And we're gonna start up on a grind of raising up everyone's security and espionage so that I can stop being paranoid about the servants might know who they are. Do we have enough? That's not enough. Alright, let's continue boosting our chances in France.
Ready.
I'm not worried about them cracking me down right now. Let's continue boosting our chances in France. Oh. Low Earth Orbit 1. Unfortunately, admin modules are the most broken modules in the game, and one of the reasons why they're the most broken is they have no cap. Literally monopolize Low Earth Orbit 1 and Low Earth Orbit 2. Do not let the AI have them, because it will massively benefit you to be the one in charge of them.
Public sentiment.
Like, I think this is an active problem with how the game currently is designed and balanced, but until they put a cap on them, I'm not going to stop. Alright, we need to refederate Tibet. Awesome, we have Settlement Core coming in. And the reason for that is, if we go over here to look at our thing, that we're now up to 20... Okay, that was my station. That was my station, not my mine. They're getting... It's a bad event to get, but it targeted a thing that we didn't need to worry about. It all comes out in the wash. 3%, 3%. I'm not doing threes. We actually want that economy. Hey, InfoSci. And nope. 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 Social scientists with nothing else useful. Nope. Nope. Okay.
What's the op?
Alright, Nina, I'm gonna have you do that.
Where
I'm
to?
just... I am impatient. Ooh. No, I know I cannot turn you. I
I'm
recognize
sorry.
that, man.
Ready to go.
Actually, Alexander, let's have you start dealing with this xenoforming before it becomes a massive problem. This is because if you let the xenoforming continue for far too long, it turns into kaiju, which eat everything else that you want. Academy, we don't have a non-aggression pact. I'm just doing this.
Lending my
They're probably going to defend that point. Probably. Yeah, but we don't have enough. That's a low chance.
Got some intel on our target.
Okay, we're just going to have to persuasion our way through this problem.
We've hit them.
Or we get lucky, and we don't have to persuasion our way through this problem. Our science continues to go up. Our science continues to go up. Oop. And you can see now that other factions are starting to fill up everything. Our friends we will allow to exist until we can buy their stations from them. Our enemies, unfortunate things are going to happen to them as soon as we have guns in space. That's 3%, right? Yeah, it's the 3%. And yeah, we've seen him.
Acknowledged.
Continue advising China.
Reporting in.
One of the reasons why I really want to get the EU is so China can do literally anything else with its time and effort.
What's the up? Acknowledged. Making our case.
I'm here. We are taking power.
Because once China can do literally anything else, we're going to finish our build-up environment, and well, that actually helps us. China's cohesion was too high. We wanted to get down to 5.7, and that just helps us.
We have moved the needle.
We're almost there. I forgot to federate Tibet. Yeah, and Humanity First is also trying to... No, we are not helping you eat Ukraine, Russia. Russian servants. Alright, and that's where orbitals are going to be important. Let's get started on Settlement Core.
The LZ is secure.
We should trigger first, and yeah, we have France, and they're going to not do things. We just need to get France away from the Protectorate before they build another army. Learner, let's get you some admin. Sure. It's not very good, but
Reporting in.
we'll deal with it.
Offering assistance.
Oop,
Ready
oh,
to go.
30. Time for another one. Oh, with orbit 2. Gonna fix these stations when they hit level 2, in all honesty. And we might fix some of them before we do that. Let's talk to Exodus
Reporting in.
and see if Exodus is willing to do nice things for us.
I will tell our story.
Ready to go.
8%, eh?
Go
I like them odds.
Offering support.
Making contact.
Remember, do not intelligence share with two factions simultaneously. They will both get pissed. Let's see. No. Nope. Now, funnily enough, they can, I believe, also intelligence share. And because you're, the PC, the player... Oh, no. Hell no. That is so much better. Like, you don't have to get pissed for this in the way that they do. We also get that. I can't give you any projects, but I can give you some bad orcs. That one's not very good. It doesn't give us 5%. I think he's holding most of the really bad ones. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. There we go.
We've all gaped in awe.
Alright, we now have orbitals. We're not doing that yet. So show and tech tree. So, with where we're going right now, we are trying to get to quantum computing. That requires advanced atomic manipulation. We will also want direct and space research eventually, which needs space research and quantum computing. Space research requires augmented reality. We are grabbing augmented reality next. This is where information science is going to be like the dominant science for a while in the game, and then it sort of stops doing that.
Is moving in our direction.
Oh my god. So we are now over our MC cap because a terrible event happened that absolutely fucked us. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to take Kazakhstan back, and my fucking god.
All
Events.
Here, take water for
Alright, so in C2 is done. The other thing that we're going to need to go for all of our space stuff is getting space agriculture into space farms. I'm going to get that started right now. And we're not going to think about fighting yet. But we're getting close to the point where I'm going to start thinking about getting fighting techs. Now, the problem with being over MC cap is that our Habs might just randomly defect. And there's not much we can do to stop them. At least it's a once per game. It's a once per game, and that means we've gotten our once per game, and it's not going to happen again. It just had to happen at the only point in the game where I'm not going to have the 100 boost to stop it from happening. I love this game. I do love this game. I find a lot of the events very frustrating. Because they're very all or nothing, where either they completely screw you, or they do nothing. Alright, let's continue. We are going to continue advising China. We are slowly scaling up that. We had a plan. That plan is no longer, well, let's see.
Making our case.
We are still taking France, because taking France is going to be necessary for other things that we intend to do.
Standing by for orders.
We're going to grab this point in Kazakhstan to try and get out of being over MC cap. If the servants stab me this turn, I'm going to be mad. Alright, we have alien movements. This will allow us to do some risky business. But I'm not going to do immediately. I might take the shot. I'll probably take the shot if I get the shot. You'll see what happens if and when I get that shot. Alright.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Yep. We're going to have France. We're going to take... Alright. Augmented reality is now done. We are now going into space research.
Mission complete.
Federation, Tibet. I should have done this a few months ago. I did not because I was focused on MC. Whoopsies. Social Science Lab. Sure. Nicaragua. Do I take the shot? I could go down there and take the shot. I don't think I should take the shot. What? You... That's XCOM, baby. And now they're not going to be cracked down, I'm pretty sure. Alright, orgs have become available. Do any of these bail me out of the problem that I'm currently in? That sort of does, but not in a way I like. Alright, we're going to get your persuasion up again. 59. He's worse.
Prepping for next mission.
Yada, 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 yada. Alright, well. We're slowly fixing problems. We're getting there. Someday soon, we will have our problems resolved, and everything will be amazing.
Ready for my mission.
Alright, control point Singapore is done. Singapore is now going to continue building boost. Alright. 25 over. We need to briefly turn on the spoils fountain.
Investigating alien site.
He is going to go do that. He is going to go to ground.
Where do you need me?
He too should go to ground because the servant we found is also too loyal. But maybe humanity first will stab them.
Ready for orders.
Okay, no. I need to run Crackdown again. Why can I not? I'm going to run in a very expensive... What is going on? 1 minute. France. Executive. Crackdown. Purge. I want France Executive to be purged. Okay. I'm going to spend a lot of influence to see if I can get that mission to trigger before it undoes. That's the 26th, that's the 28th. Okay.
I will help them.
That should fix a lot of our problems, and hopefully I'm not stabbed.
Going into hiding.
Orbital core, great. We will get into that soon. Advanced atomic manipulation, quantum computing. Social science lab, get. Get orbital core next. Actually not. Let's get information science lab next. We do want to minimize how much we're doing 3 different things at the same time. We want that eventually.
Complete.
We've removed some threats.
So we're at an hour and a half. I'm probably going to call this at around 2 hours. Alright. Let's see here. Good. 3, 12. Alright. We're going to buy this. We're now 30 over cap. Jesus. Okay. No, we don't need to remove that yet. Let's just boost your persuasion briefly. Okay. Ooh, that's bad. That's very bad. We are going to not deal with that. Okay.
Hiding.
Kaylee can investigate.
Standing by for orders.
Alexander can defend France.
Protecting our interests. Ready for orders.
We are defended there. Okay. Okay, July 2025 to get them back into the EU. Turn counselor. Ooh. Let's give that a roll.
I'm here.
And you are also going to go hide.
Going into hiding.
That means there's an alien directly in France.
Gun getting down.
I really hope that no one gets stabbed right now. They shouldn't be.
I will report when my mission is complete.
My words meant nothing to them.
Oh well. Oop. We have to adjust this so that we maintain absolute domination and control over the tech tree. Cool. Alright, we have finally undone the terrible thing. We didn't lose any of our halves when that happened. Alright. Good for you, Germany.
We found
Oof.
something.
Protectorate is really trying to take that. We are not going to let them take it. This, of course, went to the moon mine that doesn't matter. Lucky strikes are great. The problem is, you really want them to be on a mine that's going to matter long term, and that's not the moon. That's never the moon. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to get started on some of the military stuff, because... Great, they went for me somewhere that I can afford to lose it. We have space research. So... Now we have an interesting choice. We can either get started on what we need for militarizing. What I'm going to do first is actually get started on this very long project that is industrialization of space. We need to get it done... We prefer to get it done sooner than later. Alright, you know what? This gets us slightly less out. We're slightly less in the hole. We're slightly less in the hole. We're going to... Oh, I just build my admin module. I think I just built my admin module. This is how we get out of this hole. I should have done this before. Admin module increases your CP cap. It is phenomenal. I was trying to delay this to build more MC instead. But it looks like the game has made my choice for me. So we're going to lose some of our bonus science and bonus build MC in favor of getting the CP cap needed to gain more MC.
Offering counsel.
Standing by for orders.
There is an alien. That is probably the alien. Where is he? You are going to need... Is that an alien? We're gonna find out. Kaylee, who was just here, is going to go to ground.
Your orders?
Alexander's continuing to look for alien signs. You are currently visible to people, so we're going to go to ground. Nothing new there. Going to continue playing spicy. Alright, we have biotechnology. We want space agriculture because that gets us the farm. Now that that's done, we're going to go back to attempting to get quantum computing as quickly as humanly possible. Well, I'm glad that this happened when I had the money to do it. Again, there's a lot of these early space events that if you don't catch them at exactly the right time, it really sucks. Like, that would be a minus 1% research from space, which is going to be a lot of research for basically the entire game if we didn't have the ability to do that then and there.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
Alright. Yeah, the Academy's pissed at me too. The EU is going to take a lot longer to build, but the AI has gotten some of it built for us. Not all of it, but some of it. And we're really at our MC cap anyway, so we're going to take what things we can get. Cool. Nope. Scientist? Nothing yet. Nope. Too old. Nina, continue advising. Again, that is just going to be her job for the entire rest of the game while I still have her as a member of my council, which is reasonably likely. Like, she's a scientist in a good class. We're going to try turning counselor again so that we can start pulling shenanigans. It's really not worth it right now. It's not worth it because I have no chance. Alright. We know there was an alien here. So I'm going to go here and see what I can find.
Offering assistance.
On Overwatch.
Planetary warships, get. Let's start on space dock.
I have new information.
Settlement core, get. Nice. Let's start orbital core.
gained an agent.
Awesome. All right. So we have turned this person. We are now going to move her knowledge of us way down. Or not knowledge of us. We're going to turn at what point she autofails missions way down. I like doing around 5% because it means that the AI... Ooh. And now things are landing on Mars. That means our Mars mine should be landing reasonably soon.
Cleaning things up.
The reason for this is I don't want to let the AI do, 1% chance missions at me over and over again. This is great because it gives us a slightly better chance to have our mines not hit by bad events. Unfortunately, you sort of have a choice. You either make your mines resilient, or you expand in space and abandon a mine when it's no longer useful. Speaking of which, I should actually sell my Luna mine to someone. Now that we actually have everything going on, we are renaming this to Gift. I think that's safe. We have found more aliens. Kaylee, go to the aliens.
Heading there now.
Alright, it's right there.
For my mission.
Ready for orders.
Reporting in.
Well, let's see if we have found an alien. And also, we're going to get ahead of the game on dealing with all this xenoforming because it's a lot easier to deal with it early than late.
I will try to sway the public.
Sure. We are at the point in the game where cogs are just good. Oh, the nightly fireworks have begun. Wonderful. I love the nightly fireworks.
Expertise.
Plenty of people in my neighborhood don't love the nightly fireworks because they're boring. I love the nightly fireworks. Alright, we have found an alien. To progress our plot, we need to kill this alien, and then we can experiment on its body and see what's going on. Alright, now then. Now we have an actual set of choices. What I'm going to choose is grab a rival law, because this adds a large number of good orgs to the pool for us to take. If I were playing an aggressive strategy, which is what I would do if I wasn't demonstrating the game for new players, I would definitely be starting on my military things right now. Like 500%, we'd be going hard into military stuff.
Target secured.
Let's see, can we still grab things in low Earth orbit? We can. Amazing. Vision pile. Admin node. Space. Space.
Here's what we found.
Targeting computer. If you've seen my video on those, targeting computer, absolutely vital. So we're very happy to see that right now. Alright. Ooh, that gives us some breathing room on our CP cap, and is the reason why admin nodes are absolutely busted, and you should use them as much as you can in every game. I am doing life science research currently. Okay, so what we're going to do now is continue investigating this alien until we have enough investigations in it that
Ready.
we're going to eventually swap our good org over to Nahari so he can attempt to stab it.
Where to?
This is because we, as of right now, do not have a very good
At your service.
stabinating council. We can, however, spend a fair number of ops
Target.
helping our guys who have any investigation do investigate.
Offering assistance.
Standing by.
Like, this is going to happen pretty fast. Oh. That's unfortunate. Or is it? No, that's unfortunate. Whatever. Policies. Oh, we should seek peace in that war.
I will
After we
help.
stab the alien.
Surveillance complete.
We've got some intel on our target.
And it's possible,
We have got some intel
not
on
plausible, but
target.
possible Humanity First will beat us to him. Because humanity first... Ooh. Why did we suddenly have... Oh, it turned off. It turned off. All right. Another low Earth orbit 2. Another low Earth orbit 2. Another low Earth orbit 2. One more low Earth orbit 2. And our medium Earth orbit, which is going to be our shipyard. So this is immediately getting renamed to Earth Shipyard. It has one job. And everything else. I'm just going to sort. Everything else is doing the same thing we were doing with all the rest of these. Oh, that's Earth Shipyard. This is a good number of space stations to have. The unfortunate thing is this is going to cripple the AI. All the bonuses you get from low Earth orbit are incredibly good, and so, for the purpose of we are attempting to win the game, it is great to cripple the AI by denying them these resources. From the perspective of, keeping the game interesting in some ways, it's not as great to do this. And one other thing that matters is that there's a certain point. You can see over here this lovely alien... You cannot see it because my face is in the... Oh, no. Because my face is in the way. There's no good place for me to do this. I'll do this down here. Over in this top right, there is this lovely alien hate indicator. This tells us how much the aliens want to hurt us. Hey, let's save the world from COVID. And, how likely it is the aliens... I was not paying attention. That the aliens are going to come after us. When it pops up to all of these are filled, they're going to start hitting you. The amount of MC you have in use determines the floor for how much they hate you. I believe the numbers are about 150 in normal mode. I will double check that. Someone in the comments will probably actually know.
I'm here.
I don't tend to pay attention to this because on the difficulty level I play on, it doesn't matter. As soon as you start doing things, you're going to war. So, 0% chance to assassinate. Let's futz with orgs. Special activities section, unequip, transfer, and equip. So we're up to 10. We might actually not be able to assassinate right now. It's very possible that even doing as much as I can to get him the orgs we need. Oh, that is great, and I will be... Base of 8. Unmodified 1. Okay. Instead, because we are going to buy him the ability to run the assassinate mission. We are then going to see how many espionage orgs I can hand him right now. That's a cartel, that's a cartel. That's only a +1. You take this back. Do we have any other espionage orgs? We may not. Okay, cool. How many espionage orgs are you able to use? I can buy literally right now. Not many. We do what we must with what we can. Alright, let's see what your assassinate chance is. Because you... Wait, is he ethical? Oh, damn it, me. I might have just wasted a lot of money. I might actually reload this because I should have noticed that. And I didn't. Well, you can't do that one anyway. That is 1 and 1. This will go... This will stick around. It will go on someone at some point because having a floating assassinate is a useful thing to have. Alright. Now that we're being less dumb, let us see how much we can stack on our actual guy who actually has assassinate. Could turn Kaylee into my assassin. I might do that, depending on what happens. Okay. Being dumb aside, do we have any other anything else that we can get? Signs point to no. Outside of that one, which... Alright.
Ready for my mission.
What are my chances here? Not very good. Alright. Let's stack them up some more. Let us unequip literally everything that does not help us with murder. We are doing only murder right now. It's actually very likely that we are not able to pull this off. Because I haven't been speccing super hard into the ability to stab. Oh, fifth column, I think, gives one. That does give one. Honestly, it's one that we might want on him, like, somewhat permanently anyway. That gives one. Alright. This you honestly probably should have had equipped from the beginning. We can only get another +1 from something. We'll give it a shot. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. Kaylee, you have... You can take that. Run out of money? Oh no, he's out of space. Unequip that. Oh wait, no. Alexander, grab that. Might as well. After wasting quite a bit of money later, let us see what our assassinate chances are. Coin flip. This is one of those ones where I really would not blame you if you save scummed it. We, however, need to protect target whenever we try doing this. It is absolutely vital that you protect your assassin when they're going after an alien especially.
Standing by.
We're
going in.
Well, we sure are in a place doing things. Let's continue boosting up this. Alright. Yep. Looks safe so far.
I'll keep them safe.
Lending my expertise.
Target down.
Alright. We now have... So, because we did that, the aliens have now marked one of our habs for death. They will send a ship and it will die. Or we can fight back and stop it from dying, but the cost of that is what's called the hate spiral. Like, because of this, like, if we fight back and stop them and we don't time it exactly right, the aliens are going to hate us more, which means they're going to send more ships, which I think anyone listening can understand how that's going to escalate and end pretty badly. Pretty badly. We also got Settlement Mining Complex. That's fantastic. Okay. So what we want to do right now is stop spamming habs and instead start upgrading what we have. More specifically to everything else. We are going to swap this back. Because we need him doing thing. Ooh, 1 minute here. Politician, striver, younger though not by all that much. Beloved is useful, government is useful, but he already has it. Survivor, military scientist, expert. Yep, not worth changing out yet. Alright, so because that happened, I'm just going to be doing a careful go to ground on everyone right now. Probably everyone. Almost certainly everyone. Singapore is actually the better place to do that because someone might find them. Rather, islands are a great place to go to ground. Oh, Taiwan is ready. Taiwan is now going to run government until we have our government fully up to 10. Let's continue going to ground. Doesn't everyone like hiding from the consequences of their actions? Alright. So first things first, we now need to go to all of our Mars mines. Every Mars Hab needs to get its mine. You get your mine. And you get your mine. You have your mine. Your mine is good. We are not going to upgrade yet. And you get your mine. Guadalupe. And you get your mine. And the reason why we're not going to upgrade yet is there's no point in upgrading when you don't have, especially the Tier 2 mine researched, but the Tier 2 power plants in particular. This also gives... Oh, and we are not going to build in space. We are going to click go. That is going to be an important tech for us to research. We're going to get that as soon as we can.
Initiating deep
Like, until we have our Tier 2 power plants and going up that tree, I should probably also finish Space Dock. Yeah, let's finish Space Dock. Skunkworks! Never mind, so yeah. Once we have our Tier 2 modules actually getting going, that's when we're going to seriously upgrade everything to our Tier 2 mines. Let's also do... Skunkworks is so good. Mining Complex is more important right now. We've regained some. Like, we can sit on Tier 1 mines for a little bit as we wait to gain our true full Tier 2s. Alright, everyone has their mine. If we had a military, we would do that right now. Right now I'm going to build a materials lab for each mine. This gives them a chance to resist meteors, and also slightly boosts our science in something that I'm not really going to be building in Earth orbit. This is because each lab gives you a bonus to a priority, materials gives you the military priority, and with rare exceptions, I never run the military priority. There's a very peculiar and weird sort of game that you can be doing for a very particular achievement, which will require the military priority. But besides that, honestly, you don't need it. Alright. We have a dead alien. We have all of these. I might do another turn or two and then call it good because we're at the 2-hour point. Yeah, we want that. Kaylee. Let's start raising your espionage. Because you can become a backup assassin. Alexander, let's continue raising your command. We are continuing persuasion here. We really want to get him more orgs to fix other problems, but...
Ready for my mission.
Yep, alright. Nina, continue advising China. China, can you re-eat the things you let go yet? No. Taiwan, can you become friends with China yet? Yes? Yes! Coolio. Priorities. Let's end this war that we should have ended a long time ago.
time to make our move.
Your orders?
Whoopsie doodles. Actually, Kaylee, no, you don't do that. You need XP. Can I steal anything from the Protectorate? I would love to steal that from the Protectorate. Not worth the cost of failing. However, that is very worth getting because it will help fix our espionage problem the next time we need to espionage things.
My way to the capital. I'm here.
Alright, what's our chance of claiming the rest of France? Let's claim the rest of France.
Applying pressure on their people.
Ready for order.
And then, do we want to go after Germany next? Exodus is our friend and they have Spain. Or do we want to get a little guy? Let's get Ireland next. Actually, is there anyone who is still within the EU that we could just take? let's just get Latvia.
We are taking power.
If you watch the EU start, you understand how that goes. Right now,
Acquired.
yeah, the tricky thing is, our friends kind of control... Ooh. Steel project targeting... Oh, that's the Protectorate. You will occasionally get notifications that are about your spies, and sometimes these notifications are terrifying.
Policy direction complete.
Seek peace. We're just going to get out of this war. You don't need to be in this war. Armies, you are going to return to Paris.
If some ancient
Alright, we have a rival law. What we're going to do next is get started on space. On our space military. Because I would like to get some of this started early on, especially because it will help us out with a bit of what we're doing in regards to like building up Mars. And that's why we're going to start with missiles, just so that we have our weapon. Missiles are the name of the game for early game weapons. However, they are less important than getting quantum done.
Our associates are now in charge.
Alright. There we go. Our mines continue to get going. We unfortunately still have not unlocked our Tier 2 power buildings. I really would rather have those sooner, much sooner than later. No. Nope. 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 Yeah. Unfortunately, the Tier 2 power buildings are in fact going to be kind of a hard, we need those in order to get most things done. Yeah, well, they're mad at us.
Your orders? Going silent.
Your orders?
I don't think the initiative is at war with us right now. No. Alright, yeah. So that's safe. She can just advise China.
Need my expertise.
Ready for orders.
That's a lot of people who don't like us who can see you.
Silent. At your service.
What's your chance of taking that? Excellent. That means we can
Removing
take our
enemies.
guy who's better at purging and have him take harder to take things. Not really a harder to take thing. We are going to swap that over to funding. I don't think I'm going to go the full, like, wait to merge them in EU strat that I did when I had the EU for realsies. That's still in the EU, though. Let's grab it. Alright, fission reactor array. That's what we've been waiting for. Research and development. We want magazine eventually.
Lending my expertise.
Fission reactor array is the more important one to get first. July, August, September. Okay. Yeah. Once we get these two, we're going to actually start upgrading our mines. And we will hopefully have enough MC for that. Let me go double check how. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I can also give away one still. I forgot about that.
Our
Yep.
people have taken control.
Slovakia.
We have removed some tracts.
All right, let's see here. Go to MC and change it to be fund, and do that and have that as our default instead. And in France, good. Everything is good. We're building mission control. EU start, you fix France's government first. We don't care. We care about the EU for MC in this game, because it's going to be the basis of our tremendous space empire.
Cleaning things up.
Anything especially notable? Oh, Interpol. Interpol is a great org to get because similar to Pax Robotica, it's going to allow someone to be a fake other counselor. So, because we now have Interpol and Pax Robotica, we can sort of fake a few different things we weren't able to before. Not enough. Younger, but doesn't have a science trait. Like we're back to people I recognize, yeah. Yeah, so we bought Interpol because of what Interpol allows us to do. And now that we have the EU going and we have enough MC, we're going to switch China back to fixing up its environment. And honestly, once this is in like the 1.5 range, 2 would be better. We're going to swap China over to starting on reunification with Taiwan. That's a new person.
Investigating target.
What's the up?
Let's see here. Humanity first, will you buy my shitty base?
Standing by for orders.
We are slightly over cap. We don't want to go that over cap. We want to grab this, though, because in 12 days they'll have it. Let's see if Humanity First or the Academy are willing to buy my shitty base.
Reaching out.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You want this, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. You want it so much. Does this give me straight to compact? Oh, yeah, we'll trade you for that. You got anything else that I want? You might. Maroon's still very good. But can I get that? This is what you do with your shitty moon base. You sell it to someone for way more than it's worth, because the AI doesn't know what the value of goods and services are. That's not entirely true. They have any idea. Okay. That was clearly asking for too much, but you're taking a thing I no longer want off my hands.
Though our methods may differ,
I am not getting a non-aggression pact with the Academy because she's all up in things I want. But that doesn't mean we can't exchange any of her orgs. The Academy really likes buying good science orgs, so it's really useful to periodically just go through her list and see whether or not any of these are especially nice. Like that. That's especially nice. That's especially nice. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's see here. Nuclear freighters. It doesn't matter anymore. You can have it. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I want that. I want that. I know I have some other things that aren't all that useful in all honesty. And soon enough, everything that has a gear is not going to be useful anymore. That's kind of meh. That's the big thing is, I'm going to give her some of the science orgs because I'm trying to trade up. That is also kind of meh. There we go. That's a great thing to eventually get, especially if you're doing a lot of things in the EU. No. The initiative's not terrible for taking over, you know, global techs, but no. Alright, August. I like doing, I'm doing nothing because our friend owns the India. Why would you mess up your friend? Alright, so we're entering in August. End of August is when everything is going to be available for buying. Yes, now we have Slovakia. It will run funding, and then the EU will eat it. I don't own Albania.
Do not seek to be the elder.
Missile warfare doctrine. Cool. We now have the basics. Advanced missiles are better, but look at that 30k price tag. We're not doing that. We're going to go up directed energy warfare doctrine and high energy lasers, because this is going to get us the ability for our habitats to, or all of our space stations really, to defend themselves against debris. And eventually, it's going to be very important for our ship design. But that's a massively eventually us problem. Oh, and all of our other mines have come online. This is a nice basic amount of resources, but we could do better. Alright, let's see here. You're full up. You can hold one more research org. Sure, let's get you that. Really, you can hold one thing. You don't need that. We really... Well, it's giving us bonus build mission control. Let's swap this out and give you this guy. Alexander. We have a few of these. Let's swap this out. Oh no, he does not need more persuasion. Let's give him this for now. You need some more persuasion, and we don't need you doing science. We need you doing persuasion. Now we have some backups for other things. It's a little risky because the AI might just steal some of these from me. That's the risk of leaving them in your pool rather than equipped. But we don't have any more admin to buy yet. Alright, so. Likely going to be last turn right now just because video's getting a little late. You can see where China is. We have scaled a huge amount up sustainability. We've gotten a lot of mission control. What we're going to do, is, because of where we are on progress, we're going to go through and upgrade all of our Mars habs. Take 40 days, and when they're done, we will have things actually worth building in them. That's not entirely true. There were things that were worth building before, but I wanted to wait until my mines were ready, in all honesty. It probably was a mistake to delay this long, but it's a lot of, like, little clicks to do this, and I didn't wanna. Oh, actually, I just noticed I could have built space science labs here also, because they cost 5. Or military science. That's on me. I should have done that. I should have remembered that I could do that. We're just gonna build ourselves up. And build ourselves up. Build ourselves up. Okay, yes. I did not accidentally oops that. And build ourselves up. And the other thing that we're going to want to do is start doing this with our low Earth orbit habs as well. So let's do 1. Earth Shipyard can get its space docks, and it is one of the more important ones to upgrade. A 2. I honestly don't care what order I do this in. A 3. Did I? Oh, it's telling me I can't upgrade things. And the 4. Now, if we were playing super sweaty, we would still be running MC in China, because it's way more impactful to continue buffing up China and getting China in a good state than it would be to do honestly anything else, because we can start expanding in space pretty rapidly. We're not doing that, and we're not doing that primarily because I'm going under the... Right now, I'm assuming that we're going to be here... Like, we're in it for the long game in this particular run. And because we're in it for the long game, that means that we're going to be taking certain things slower. I will, however, take this point in Kazakhstan back.
Targeting the opposition.
And we want to make sure that, you know, in 2050 and 2060, when climate change really starts rearing its ugly head, that we're fine. Because I've seen climate change start throwing wet bulb disaster events and worse at you as early as 2028 if you run economy and aren't paying attention. Nice. Hey, there we go. There's our Artemis torpedoes. We have our early game weapons for anything space combat.
We are in control now.
We now have Kazakhstan back. Kazakhstan is going to return to its natural role of spoiling itself to the ground so that we can spoil China less. Get anything special. We get anything. We will take literally anything. This is going to boost him up so that next time I have to assassinate something, he's doing better. Nothing else is big in these orgs. Can we merge anything back in yet? No. Can we do anything over here? No. I think I'm going to call it here right now. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it here right now. We've gotten pretty far in. We have the beginning of our space empire being built. We have, let's do 2 more upgrades on our low Earth orbit stations. I don't know why it's telling me that one's different. Sometimes the game does things. We have the start of the EU. We're probably taking Italy. Or Ireland. Like, we're probably taking Italy next. It's going to be a bit of a sad EU until we decide to backstab Exodus. But it's really nice to have one of the AI who's not trying to actively hurt us. Anyway, this was episode 1 of Early Game China. Got through a few years. And see you guys next time.